Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today we are back with another archetype overview, and today we are doing Vehicroids or the Roid archetype. I'm still unclear on what this archetype is called really. You look up Roid archetype, Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like it'll come up, right? But like it's also most of the cards apply for speedroids. It's very strange indeed. Normally the Roy cards are sometimes referred informally the Roy cards are sometimes referred to as Vehicroids, which is technically a sub-archetype of this one. The archetype also contains another sub-archetype, the Speedroids. What the Okay, bro.
Bro.
Okay, bro. Whatever you say.
It also says
Actually, no, that makes sense, to be honest. Cause if you when you know what I'm saying? So look. No wait, no. Den Daiko Duke, right? Look at him. He looks like a Roid card. Look at him. He has little eyes and everything. He has the eyes.
he just kind of had the eyes.
What other Speedroid cards just had the eyes? Am I just blind and they always just had the eyes?
If you,
Is it just that one? They had the eyes. They literally had the eyes. Not all of them. Some of them have it. Look, see? Alright, bro. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. So, this is the Genesis format archetype overview for the Roys. We just finished doing this archetype a couple days ago for the first release of the format. And these are all the in-archetype cards that we've allowed. Obviously, some of them are custom. Some of them aren't. Some of them are OCG exclusive. So let's get into it. So, I'm going to be completely honest. Almost this entire first row of cards, you would never use in a deck in your entire life. So, and I'm sorry if you guys can hear that playing. I hate planes too, don't worry. Yeah, so this sucks. This sucks. This is bad. This is arguable. Okay. So really, we just cut down this. We just cut the list in half, basically. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, quite a lot of the game road cards are just kind of there
You can maybe use it, maybe if you're insane.
Yeah, they're just kind of there because they're roids, and that's about it.
Yeah, they're just roids, so they're on here, but they're not ever gonna be used in a deck ever. So yeah, I don't even see potential in those cards. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, all of them have a lot of like basic effects.
So the first one that I actually did see a little bit of potential in, and this is maybe like not in this current format, but maybe in a future format, is Truckroid. I could definitely see this card going crazy if you have it like with boosted attack or something like that. I genuinely I think that's the only thing you can really do with this card. I wouldn't put it in my deck list, but I definitely see it having potential. Just wanted to go over that before we continued. Same with Jetroid. I wouldn't put it in one of my decks, but I definitely see it having potential. Just activate a track card from your hand. That's really good in this format. A lot of people are going to be running 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, a Harpy Feather Duster. You know, you don't want to get your traps destroyed. If so, you can just... And this isn't once per turn either. You can just do this multiple times. That's why I see potential in this card. If you're running like a stun deck, potentially you can run this card to like 3 with other Roids. And it's like a Roid stun deck, it could be very good, I feel like. But I wouldn't use it in a deck list because I'm not lame like that. Shutteroid, same premise really. Just it has a different effect, but I do think it helps in the same deck kinda. Yeah. Now here's the cards I would actually recommend using in a deck list. All these cards here. You at least recommend consider recommending, you know. So here we have a card that I think any Roid player should definitely run at 3, Dragon Roid. Once per turn, if this card is in your graveyard, you can make this card become a dragon monster while in the graveyard until the end of this turn. I'm going to be completely honest, this effect means nothing. It's completely irrelevant. If this effect wasn't on this card, I wouldn't care. It doesn't change how good the card is. What really matters is the effects after this. So, you can discard this card, then activate one of these effects. Add one non-win Roid monster from your deck to your hand. So the reason you run this at 3 no matter what build for Roid you're trying to run, as in like combo, stun, mid-range, you always want to run this at 3 no matter what, because massive attack, so he's just a good monster to have out in general, and he's literally a free search. He is a free search. Always run him at 3.
Yeah, and since most of the other road cards, especially the ones that you're running, are like. Alright. Alright.
Okay, you're just gonna. Okay, cool. Then the other effect is this turn, the activation of your cards and effects that include an effect that fusion summons a monster cannot be negated. So if you do this, your opponent cannot negate your fusion summon no matter what. Insanely broken effect, which is really good because there are gonna be some turns where you just don't need to search at all, so you might as well just send this to your graveyard to get out your fusion summon for free. Because some of the best cards in this format are like Mono Fish Anemone. There's Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning. These cards can all just stop you from getting out your best monsters from your extra deck easily, very easily. Amazing card. Always run this at 3. Yeah. Next up, this is more of a niche card, but I feel like you might be able to run this at 1. Definitely. Not definitely. You may be able to run this at 1. It's something you have to consider. Level 4, so you can normal summon this. You contribute 1 machine monster. Special summon 1 non-win Roid monster from your deck. So basically, this you can distribute this special summon 1 non-win monster from your deck. Non-win Roid monster. That's alright, but like, there's literally a card that does this better. This would better. It's an alright effect though. The next effect is special summon 1 non-win Roid monster from your deck. Well, no, I can't read, sorry. You can pay half your life points and banish any number of machine monsters from your graveyard, including this card. Special summon from your extra deck 1 Roid fusion monster with the same level as the number of those banished monsters, ignoring its summoning conditions, but destroyed during the end phase. Insane effect in my opinion. When you're because essentially what this allows you to do, in conjunction, these effects allow you to, after normal summoning, special summon. You contribute this card itself right here, which sends it to the graveyard, of course. Then you special summon one of these guys, and some of these guys have crazy effects. Just any one of them, no restrictions from your main deck. Then, fusion summon from the grave in the later turn when you're trying to go for that final push to get your OTK. Very good card. Very good card. Definitely consider running it. I don't know if it's like you always have to run this, you know what I mean? But, because I don't run this in my build, but I can definitely see this being used in general, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like a niche roid card. It's going to be used in like, it can be used, it's just like very specific scenarios.
Yeah. If you do run it, I would run it at like 1 or 2, not 3. Next up, we have Express Roid. When this card is summoned, you can target 2 Roid monsters in your graveyard. Accept Express Roid, add those targets to your hand. I'm going to be honest, at first I wasn't sure about this card being good or not, but due to the new support that we gave it, this actually is a very good card. Like, a lot of the Roid cards in general just have a discard effect like Dragon Roid. So, when you're adding them to your hand, you're just allowing yourself to use those discard effects again. And this isn't just normal summon, this is summoned, which is very good. Definitely run at 1 because you can search it out very easily, or just draw into it very easily. If you do run, never run this at 2 or 3. Next up, this is Armoroid. If this card is tribute summoned by tributing at least 1 Roid monster, banish all spell and traps on the field. Yeah, I don't think this card is necessarily crazy, but I can definitely see this on like certain builds. Because spell and trap cards are probably going to be very prevalent going forward in the format, of course. Or like set cards, not just spell and trap cards. So, just having this effect is going to be useful. If you do run this at 1, never run this at 3. But I wouldn't run this. But I do see potential in this card, for sure. Next up, we have our first custom card that I want to showcase. This card is from the manga. Shout outs to Alan Mac 95 on whatever the hell he's on. I don't know.
I think he's on like a DeviantArt or something.
Bro, I don't know, bro.
I think so.
If you look him up, it's probably gonna pop up. He made this card art. Pretty cool card art. I also stole this effect, I'm pretty sure. Or at least the person who made this card's effect. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is probably like one of your best cards too. Always run this at 3. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you may special summon 1 Missile-roid token. Machine, Tuner, Earth, level 1, whatever. It's in attack position and it can always attack your opponent directly, but you have to destroy it during the end phase. So it's solid. That's a solid effect, but this next one's actually what pushes it over. Tribute this monster you control. Special summon 2 level 4 or lower Earth-roid monsters from your deck. This is an insane effect in particular because it allows you to get out Launcheroid, allows you to get out Expressroid, how I mentioned before, how it's special summon or normal summon. It allows you to get out, where is it? Scooteroid, which is also an insane effect. It allows you to get out Tankroid. That's 4 different monsters out of this list, I'm pretty sure. I can count. Very insane effect. Literally just normal summoning this is really good because what's the word I'm looking for? If you're going second or even first, this applies. Your opponent, if you're going first, your opponent can't use Effect Veiler on this because Effect Veiler only targets monsters that are on the field. But since it's tributing itself, it's activating its effect from the graveyard to special summon these 2 cards. So, Effect Veiler just doesn't work on this card at all. And then, if you're going second, if your opponent's running Forbidden Chalice, then it's like the same deal. It's the same deal. The only issue is, if this thing does negate it, you don't get your token. But that's like whatever, you know. It's not the worst thing in the world. Run this at 3 for sure. Very good card. Very good card. Next up, we have Launcheroid. I need to change that to once. Yeah, once per turn, equip one of your monsters to Launcheroid. Monsters equipped to this card can attack. Crazy.
Good effect.
The equipped monster's attack is boosted by 500. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, place one of the equipped monsters in the monster zone if possible. So the reason this card is kind of crazy, I wouldn't say this is like a run at 3 card. I'd say run it at 2 at most. Because this card is kind of crazy though, because it allows, like, this isn't worded incorrectly at all. It allows you to equip your other monsters to this card, and then while they are equipped, they gain attack and can attack your opponent, which is an insane effect because at that point you just have extra monster zones. And you can still use your monsters to their fullest extent, except they're stronger. And you don't lose them if they die.
Yeah, you can boost the attack of your monsters. You have more monsters on. You just, like, it's just good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The only, like, downfall is that, like, if it gets destroyed and you have, like, multiple monsters, you can only return 1, but...
Yeah.
Like, even then, if, like, you know.
Next up, we have Strikeroid. It's limited to 1 for a very good reason. Level 4. If this card is destroyed by battle and will be sent to the graveyard, you may return both the opponent's monster and this card to the hand instead. Once per turn, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, quick effect, you can discard this card, return the attacking monster to its owner's hand. This card has to be at 1 because it really just ends up being a better Neospatian Grand Mole, to be honest. I mean, this is at the start of damage step, so you don't take damage with this card. But the second effect definitely offsets it, you know. Because Neospatian Grand Mole is also at 1. This card is just very good in general. Because the way Roids are, you're not going to be really getting out any crazy boss monsters. So you need to go way to remove cards from your opponent's field to actually keep attacking them directly. And this card just provides that, really. Like, especially if they're an extra deck heavy monster, extra deck heavy deck, or extra deck heavy summoning deck, you know? You can just put them back to the extra deck and it's like huge.
Yeah, just very good card remover. Just allows you to very easily get rid of your opponent's monsters.
Crazy, bro. Next up, we have Satellite Roid. This card is insane.
It's good. It's a good card.
Yeah, so you got level 5, light. Also, if you guys check these cards out on Dueling Book, I like the artists for all these cards are credited in the card art. I added like watermarks to them so you can just look up their names online. Yeah, but once per turn, quick effect. So this is a hand trap technically. Reveal one Roid card in your hand. If you do, you can discard this card, banish one spell or trap card on the field. So since you're revealing one other Roid card, I gotta change that to one other Roid card, not this one. Yeah, one other Roid card, yeah. But essentially, this is like an in-archetype hand trap that's, yeah, only allowed for Roids. It lets you banish one spell or trap on the field. Then, during either player's turn, when a spell/trap is activated, this is on the field. You can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. You can either use this as a hand trap to destroy a spell or trap, or just have this on the field to negate and destroy a spell or trap, or banish a spell and trap for the first one.
Yeah, it's a really good Gem card. It's just like an archetypal hand trap that's able to negate spells and traps. It's like can stop multiple decks depending on like what cards they have.
Yeah, and it's at 3, so you can just not run MSD at all. You don't have to run it at all.
Yeah.
It's very good, very good. Next up, we have Scooteroid. This card's effect kind of confuses me a bit, but after reading it a couple times, it's kind of crazy. You can reveal one Roid fusion monster from your extra deck that specifically lists a Roid monster as material. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, you can make this card's name become the same as one of those specifically listed materials until the end phase. So, like, let's say you want to do Super Vehicroid Jumbo Drill. This card can just become one of those materials. Then, yeah. Next up, we have, if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add one level 5 or higher Roid monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Scooteroid once per turn. This card is actually kind of insane because with the way it works, a lot of the time, these Vehicroid cards are making you discard a card, so you can easily send this Scooteroid to your graveyard in order to search a level 5 or higher Roid monster, which can be literally Dragon Roid, Satellite Roid, Armor Roid. Really, what else do you need? Just those 3, yeah.
Yeah, just the 3. But like,
I mean, these are all the ones that I got rid of this list, but like they don't matter.
you're doing Satellite Roid or Dragon Roid, which can be really good to just have in your hand.
Yeah.
Like instantly.
And it's also not even just that, right? Like, it literally says if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can literally fuse this card and then get to search from your hand, from your deck, Satellite Roid or Dragon Roid, which is insane. Or you could just have this on the field and then your opponent, like, I don't know, Torrential Tributes or something like that. I don't know, just something to get rid of all your monsters. Because there's a lot of, not a lot, there's a decent amount of cards like that in this format. Very good search, you know. Yeah, solid card in general, Scooteroid. Definitely run a 2 or 3. Definitely. Next up, this is probably the best card there is. And you always want this in your starting hand, to be honest. Tankroid. Level 4. Once per turn, you can reveal one other Roid monster. Discard one Roid card. Doesn't have to be this card. Draw one card. So it's a free, yeah, okay. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can draw one card. Then, if this card was destroyed by battle, you can special summon one Roid monster from your deck. This is like very poorly worded. Oh, I get it now. Okay, never mind. So basically, The reason you always want this at 3 and in your starting hand, it's a free +1. You literally activate this card, discard itself, and draw 2. It's broken as hell.
Yeah, just crazy draw power out that card.
But it's like an only in archetype thing, you know, so it's not that crazy. Because only Roid decks can use it.
So good for Roid, too.
But it's just crazy. With this deck, you're going to be getting hella draws and hella searches and hella free special summons, bro. It's crazy.
And then you can just like recursively use it if you get like goddamn Express Roid out or something.
Yeah, Express Roid, you can just keep using it. And you can keep using Express Roid to get it out too. But I'm going to go over that later. Hopefully Express Roid doesn't get Vehicroid though. Next up we have Turbo Roid. This is a solid card as well, very good. You want to run a 3. Once per turn, send one non-win Roid monster from your deck to the graveyard. Draw 1 card. Then, immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon 1 non-win Roid monster in addition to your normal summon size set. Very good effect. A literal play that I've done multiple times against my friend right here, Ronald. Just normal summon Turbo Roid, declare his effect, send to the graveyard Tank Roid, and just like that you get the draw 2. And you get an extra normal summon if you have the right cards in your hand. This is a very good card. Definitely run it at 3. Yeah, it's very good, yeah. Power. Now we have the In Archetype Fusion card. Very good. Power Roid Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Roid Fusion monster from your extra deck by using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. You can also use monsters in your deck or extra deck as fusion material, up to the number of monsters whose name is specifically listed as it's insane.
Yeah,
as fusion material on that monster +1.
Crazy card.
Yeah. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except machine monsters. Once per turn. Cool. No one cares. Very good card. Run at 3. Your fusion deck, just run at 3. Cool. Nothing much else to say. Now, this is probably the best spell card you have, I'm going to be honest. March of the Roid. Special summon 1 Roid monster from your hand or graveyard. Or, if you control a Roid monster, you can special summon 1 Roid monster with a different attribute from Roid monsters you control from your deck. Insane effect. Actually insane effect.
Yeah, just an easy kind of special summon in your deck.
You can use this to get out pretty much any card you want.
Yep.
If you play correctly. If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate your opponent's Roid, to activate your Roid effect, card effect, or I can't read, bro. Or by your Roid card's effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower machine monster from your deck. You can only use each effect of March of the Roid once per turn. Very insane. Very insane. So you can also use March of the Roid as a pitch. Wait. Hold on. This card is... Yeah, sent to the graveyard, not to the hand of the graveyard, just to the graveyard. So you can literally use this as a pitch for Tank Roid. Draw 1 from Tank Roid's effect, and then special summon from your deck as well. Very good card. And then, like, it doesn't specify, like, the level or anything from the graveyard, so if you use Dragon Roid's effect to search, you can just special summon Dragon Roid later on with March of the Roid for free from your graveyard. It's like an in-archetype Monster Reborn, but, like, even more broken somehow. Then, Roid Reinforcements, the last main deck card we're going to go over. You can discard any number of cards, then target that many Roid monsters in your graveyard. Add them to your hand. If a Roid monster you control battles, after damage calculation you can add 1 Roid monster from your deck to hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate your Roid card effect, or by your Roid card's effect, you can place this card face up in your spell and trap zone. And then it's once per turn each effect. Broken ass effect, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Broken as hell. Not much else to go over here. It's just a very good card here. And then we have the extra deck monsters. Steam Gyroid. Never use this. It's ass.
It's a bad card.
It's very bad.
It doesn't have an effect. It's like all right attack and defense.
Alright. I'd call that bad.
Yeah.
Bro's getting beaten by Dragonroid.
Or alright at best.
This monster cannot be special summoned except by fusion summon. Once per turn, when a monster on your side of the field is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon that monster in defense position. I'm gonna be honest, you'd have to be a saint to run this card too. But it's much better than Steam Gyroid though.
Yeah.
Next we have Super Vehicroid Stealth Union, Truckroid, Expressroid, Drillroid, Stealthroid. Nasty. Yeah. This card is just alright, you know. It's the only issue with it is like, yeah, the fusion card kind of helps it get this monster out. But you still have to run some of those cards to get this card out. Like, this is the problem with these cards right here. You don't want to run those trash cards, bro. It's bad.
Yeah.
So just you can try to run it, but I'm not, so. Next up is the first actual fusion monster. 1 Roid fusion monster plus 1 Roid monster. You can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, special summon 1 Roid monster from your deck or extra deck with attack less than or equal to that of the monster. You can only use this effect of Super Vehicroid mobile base once per turn. Once per turn, okay, bro, you don't have to put once per turn twice. During the end phase, you can target 1 Roid monster in your main monster zone. Other than this card, return that monster you control to the hand, and if you do, move this card you control to that monster zone. I'm gonna be honest, this card's alright. It's not that crazy. I think 5,000 defense is funny.
It is. And
its effect is pretty solid actually. Just get out pretty much any fusion monster from your deck. So you can just use this to get out Jumbo Drill very easily. And this isn't like the hardest thing in the world to get out. It's annoying though. Next up we have Jumbo Drill. Disregard its fusion materials. You're going to use this to get it out anyways. But you could try to use these anyways. These are bad cards to run though. Do not run these cards. Just use this effect to get it out. This sentence also doesn't matter. During battle between this attacking card and a defense position monster, whose defense is lower than the attack of this card, it's piercing damage. Cool. It's alright card, 3,000 attack, it's nothing crazy. It's just solid. This right here is probably your best fusion monster in the deck. Fusion requirements: 3 machine type Roid monsters. This card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects, and it cannot be targeted for an attack if you control another face-up monster. Once per turn, you can return 1 face-up card to its owner's hand, then draw 1 card. This card had to be limited to 2 because it's very broken. It's very broken.
It is.
Nothing else to say.
It's just a very good card.
Yep. Definitely is actually your best fusion. Next up we have Barbaroid, the ultimate battle machine, your last fusion monster. If I do remake these like archetype overview videos, gonna be like in the future, I may add a second fusion, but for now I think this card definitely carries. This is like good enough to just carry. So here we have 5 machine type Roid monsters. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. It cannot attack directly. After damage calculation, if this card attacked an opponent's monster, negate the effects of that monster, including in the graveyard. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Very good card, very good card. And it's only very good because there are scenarios where, because Future Fusion is at 2 in this format, this is like a very good Future Fusion target. Especially since a lot of Vehicroids, or like the Roids, just have effects when they get sent to the graveyard. So like imagine you send Tankroid and you just get to draw a card after activating Future Fusion, and then they have to do a Future Fusion plus whatever you just drew, or just things of that nature, you know.
Yeah, I can definitely see future fusion being used to just like mess up an opponent as they try to decide what to deal with first.
Yeah. And then this deck really likes to run other cards like Starlight Road, just some tech for you guys. So, in the process of them trying to get rid of your future fusion, you might be able to Starlight Road them and get a Stardust Dragon out. And now they have to deal with the imposing 4,000 attack beater plus Stardust Dragon plus probably this shit too.
Probably.
So it's very good. And yeah, that's all for the archetype overview, really. Guess I can go over some replays. Just fast forward through this shit. Where's the history? Dual history. Am I stupid? Dual records, okay. It's not a good look for you, Ronald. This is not a good look for you, bro. I'm sorry. But this is a good example of how broken this shit could be. So, I think I start out first here. This isn't even like the craziest hand of all. This is actually a solid hand, actually. I'm lying. But yeah, I started off. Even if you did have the effect value here, I would have Pot of Mercy to draw 2 cards. Very good. But I end up getting to get the token out. Activate a second effect. Tribute it. I get out Tankroid here. Scooteroid. I set 1 card because I didn't want to. I could have used Marshal the Road here, but I didn't want to overextend. Because that's one thing that players of this deck are going to have to learn. Like, you can't never overextend with this deck, but if you do, you're just leaving yourself vulnerable very easily. Because, like, it's easy to get OTK in this format. So I would have rather just, like... And here I just forgot briefly to remove the token. But yeah, you can't, like, overextend with this deck, because if you do, you're going to have, like, no monsters on your field, get overwhelmed, and just get OTK'd. Yeah, he starts off with the classics, Vast Singularity. Yep. Clownfish. Into this right here. I think I saw them warning this. I didn't? Really? I probably wasn't paying attention, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, that might have been it. I'm gonna be honest.
It's probably on my phone or some shit, bro. Yeah, but I see that he's about to fuse here, so yeah, this is what he's saw the warning on.
Yeah.
And the reason I had to do that is because he would have just wiped my entire field and gone crazy with that shit. I probably would have gotten an OTK if I didn't use it on that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say. But instead you go for... You reveal Catfish here. Catfish is a monster negate, if you guys didn't know. And it's also going to force me to equip my monster to him. Very good. I draw Mirror Force here. Anemone. My deck cares about that, but it doesn't care that much about it. But that allows me to, because you had to use it in main phase 1.
Yeah.
So fun thing about make sure to like, in order for you to dodge Pot of Mercy when you're using Anemone, always activate in my draw or standby phase.
Yeah, I just didn't realize how I honest.
Yeah. Because this is only when you activate it during my main phase. Yeah, so I get the draw too because he misplays there, and I get decent draws, nothing crazy. The Iris Soul is kind of useless here in this matchup. Bad as hell though. I just set these 2 because, and I only do that because I'm like, what if he has MST? I want him to make him like choose. He uses Abyss here to tribute one of his monsters. Special summon 2 from his grave. What did you tribute?
I tributed it Clownfish, remember? I just like forgot to send it to the graveyard.
Oh, okay, yeah, you send it in the graveyard here.
Yeah.
Then he just attacks me. I save my Mirror Force here to make him think I don't have it. Also because there's no reason not to. And I also wanted to draw 1 here. And that was a good draw. Activate Roid Reinforcements. And my turn. I Mirror Force on... Oh, no, he uses fucking Harpy Feather Duster because he's lucky as hell. You just top decks it.
Yep.
But I think I lose this. Yeah, I just lose here.
And then I brick for the next 2 duels.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I didn't get a crazy hand either, bro. You can't say this like you lost because you bricked. You got a better hand than me.
I couldn't do much with it. I could get like signal out, but then
Bro, look at my hand.
yeah.
It's all spell and traps, bro. He goes, and you get the 3 draws. Kill yourself, bro. Come on.
You still have various negates though.
You could have had fucking. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. I just said that. Yeah. Honestly, you should have probably. This is once per turn, right? Signal?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's all you technically could have done there. I set Launcheroid, because I don't mind if he's in the graveyard at all. Catfish comes out, Mighty Fish duplication. He tributes to get monsters in the grave. Cool. I Mirror Force here, because I wasn't even actually worried about your Leviathans. I was worried about fucking Catfish. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that, so I'm going to Mirror Force right here. So I normal summon, tribute, special summon 2. Yep. And at this point it's kind of over because I can just fuse. So I ended up fusing Token and Scooter. Then I get that it was Scooter. And I get the draw with Tankroid. I ended up drawing that and then adding that to my hand. Insane. Insane, insane. Actually. Then I equip fucking Battle Jet to Launcheroid. Because why not, you know? Attack with both of them. Do 41. He bricked. He's flipping coin because he's a sore loser. I draw Express Roid, doesn't matter. I banish that. Attack for game. Goofy ass sound effect, bro. What the fuck? This is actually an alright hand. Yeah, this play I was telling you guys about before, I just normal summon Turboroid. He didn't have a Fed Baylor. Just send Tankroid. Even if the crazy part is, even if he did have a Fed Baylor, since Tankroid is a cost for this effect, I would still get to like send Tankroid to the deck, to graveyard.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't get the second draw from my Turboroid itself. So I had to draw 2 there. Attack directly. I Road Reinforcement, Starlight Road. Do it again. Do it again. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you bricked, but there was still like, it still would have been hella hard to play through what I had even if you didn't brick. Look at my hand, bro. And I do that to do the little effect that I mentioned earlier. To add Tankroid to hand. I think I cheated here slightly on accident because I drew 2 here instead of 1. But it didn't matter at this point, I'm going to be honest. At this point, it literally did not matter. Get a Battle Jet. I use Battle Jet to send Scooter back to my hand and draw 1 again. And then his Sore Loser ass gives me my duplication. Then I use March of the Roid. Bring back Satellite Roid from grave. And that's game. Now he's just doing shit.
Yeah, I was just messing with the goddamn, like...
The add-on?
Yeah, the add-on that we got.
But yeah, if you guys didn't like this video, like the video. If you guys liked the video, like the video. If you guys didn't like the video or like the video, subscribe. If you didn't do either, if you just felt alright about it, subscribe, like, and join the Discord or you love little boys. Have a nice night. See you.